I think I was born to be doing what I'm doing. So, I mean, how often you meet a basketball player turn bodybuilder and stuff and it all works out? I know that, I was made here for a purpose, and I'm just fulfilling that dream. I ask for humility and stuff like that, really just to maintain some type of, normalcy in my life. I mean, I'm just trying to make sure that I compete at a very high level. I'm giving props where they're due, and I just try to keep things in perspective and just say thank you. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to live my life and to give me a great opportunity to be in front of all these people and competing and being an inspiration for people. Just let me represent for them, It ain't about me as much as what people think, It ain't about me no more after that. I just want to do it because the fans like it. When I'm training this year, it's a lot of business. I mean, because I know what time it is. I know that it's time to, put up or shut up. I'm sure a lot of people expect me to be improved from last year. Just expect it to be a war and feel he's ready to fight. Coming to win. I mean, I've been second, I've been fifth, I've been third at that show. I kind of know what it feels like to have all these emotions in different placements. And now there's only one more spot to go, and that's to be number one. I was always competitive. I've been competitive playing Monopoly and stuff. It don't matter what it was, and I think the environment that I grew up in was just highly competitive. I always loved basketball, but we didn't have a basket, and I didn't have no brothers or sisters to take me. So I would take the ball and just try to shoot with arc and using my imagination. This was, here I'm shooting down, but I'm imagining it's up. My stepfather, with him being there, he just wanted me to do whatever I wanted to do. And then one day I come home from school, he had that basketball hoop, nailing it to the garage as I was walking home. With that hoop, that's all I had. And basketball was awesome because you don't need a teammate, you don't need nothing. You just need a ball and a basket. So I used to shoot, and I shoot all night. From right there, I mean, I was hooked. I wanted to be better about everything I did. My thing was always trying to make people look stupid by their stereotypes or their prejudices. People can try to talk trash to you or whatever. Talking trash back was I'll see you on the basketball court, see how much trash you're gonna talk then. There's barely any white kids at my school. It was all Pacific Islanders and blacks, and I went to an all-white college. Oldest kid, he came from Rainier Beach High School, probably a thug or this or that. Well, I don't look like one, and I definitely don't talk like one. And I think me always wanting to prove people wrong, sports allowed me to do that, academics allowed me to do that, and, bodybuilding's allowed me to do that.
At a guard for the Rainier Beach Vikings, a 5'10" senior, number 22, Philip Heath.
I got done playing basketball in March of '02. Throughout that summer, I was still trying to play. I was playing in Pro-Am leagues, trying to get picked up, whatever, trying to live that dream. Started working out a little bit, but more for basketball than anything. And then I'm thinking, why am I putting my stress and time into this when I need to finish school, I need to look for work. And I got away from the varsity weight room and just started training with the students. And then I found a bunch of bodybuilders. And then that's when I started hanging out with them, started eating with them, got to end up getting a night job at a club with them, learning about nutrition. And so, I started putting on weight real fast because I started learning how to eat. Bodybuilding, you learn real quick that you go out partying, I would go out partying, pizza and beer and stuff with the guys, and then try to go lift the next day. I get killed by my friends. They would destroy me. And they tell me, you can't be a rock star in bodybuilding. You can't be a rock star in bodybuilding.
Phil Heath.
They convinced me to do a show. So on October 8, 2002, I had received a digital camera that I bought on eBay. And I propped it up, did my JCPenney catalog poses, I guess. That's what I call them. Those pictures sucked. But then again, I did it because I wanted to see what I looked like. I used to take those photos and then critique them to death with a red marker. I used to print them out and take the red pen to it. And that's when I bought that Arnold Schwarzenegger Encyclopedia of Bodybuilding. And then I realized, okay, now you're a bodybuilder. Started October 8, 2002, competed April 4th, 2003. The 2003 APC Muscle Mag, Northern Colorado. Men's novice heavyweight first place. I ended up also winning, I think, yeah, the open light heavyweight first place and the overall. Sure there's a medal or something somewhere hanging around here with that, but that's when I met Jay. The first time I met Jay, some people have seen the picture with me and Jay the first time I ever competed and stuff. And I went up to him, was like, please, sir, can I please take a picture with you? And he's like, yeah. He was like, I was like, if you don't mind me asking, what did you weigh? He goes, I'm 290. And I go, that's all right, I'm 190. You know what I mean? So that was like our first interaction and stuff. So went home with all that hardware and I was hooked. After that, ended up doing the Colorado State right after that, and that was the only show that I didn't win the overall at. Actually got the chance to guest pose with Jay, not on the same stage but different time. That's when I got to meet Jay for the very first time, actually visit with him. The pump-up room at the Boulder Theater is like this room right here. Like there ain't no room for a bunch of bodies in there, right? Maybe a little bit bigger than this. So here I'm like doing this and everyone's like, man, how much you weigh? I was like, oh, 240 and stuff, you know, I'm gonna come down, you know, be like 205 or something like that, you know? And they're like, oh, that's cool. And then Jay goes, are you sponsored? And everyone stops. Everyone stops and like looks around. He goes, hey man, are you sponsored? And I said, no. He said, you should be. And I was like, and everyone was like, dude, like Jay Cutler just talking to Phil Heath? Because Jay wasn't talking to nobody. So he's getting ready to go on stage and he just told me straight up, like right before he went up on stage, he goes, Phil, I see everybody around the world. I wouldn't tell this to anybody. And I was like, come on, man, you know, like don't BS me, you know what I'm saying? He's like, no, I wouldn't, I believe. So then we ended up hanging out that night and he told me to give me my contact information to him. He emailed me and said, send me a couple pictures. I sent them to him. He sent them to everybody he knew in the industry. Next thing you know, my phone, I was working at Ballet Total Fitness and my phone was ringing off the hook so much that I almost got fired that day. You know, it just kept going on and on and on. I got phone calls from Muscle Tech, I mean, a lot of people. And at this time, I'm getting ready for Junior Nationals, so I got all this stuff going on. I don't know like how this is gonna play out, so don't get your hopes up. So next thing I know, Jay would text, he would email me and be like, they're gonna wanna shoot you. I mean, the whole time I'm thinking like, this guy's like, he's trying to hook me up, man. They had me come out, I want to say like 3 weeks out from the Junior Nationals, and didn't know what the hell I was doing. First photo shoot ever. It was in Hard Times, called Mile High Muscle. LIRE and Muscular Development, those were the two magazines I was deciding on. So then Jay was actually mentioning how Team Muscle Tech wanted to have me on as well. And then that's when I remember telling him that I said it wasn't enough money. And he was like, dude, this is a really good deal. Like no one gets a sponsorship with a magazine and a supplement company before they do a national show. This is before I even did the juniors. So obviously, you know, I won the Junior Nationals, and then I said yes to LIRE, obviously. And I've been there ever since. And they picked me up after the Junior Nationals, went to Chatsworth Powerhouse Gym, shot my first cover, and then a month later, I received that cover. The night that I won the Mr. USA title 6 years ago. And it was one of the coolest feelings I ever got. I've been, like I said, I've been very fortunate to have someone like him around. And I know he's always had my back on everything. But I don't want to be friends just in bodybuilding. I want to be friends for life. He's my boy. See, that's the cool thing about Jay, is that at some point in time, pretty much everyone has asked for advice from Jay, whether they want to admit it or not. They all have come running to Jay like he's God, because they know he's done it right.